Good morning. So we're gonna talk about the equipment Alyssa Ritchey uses to train with. I wanted to tell you guys what's the best to use and what I prefer to use and why I prefer to use it. Weightlifting belt. I have used several different types of weightlifting belts. I have used another type of buckle belt and I hated it. I thought it was the worst thing ever, and I went right back to my Velcro belt that I used for my entire CrossFit career, which was 3.5 years. I enjoy the buckle belt over the Velcro belt because this, once it's broken in, which actually this Pioneer belt is not needed to be broken in. It's already broken in. The leather is softer and I enjoy the flexibility of it. I thought it was very comfortable when I first used it, and I really like the fact that it has so many little holes in it. So especially when I'm cutting weight, I'm on hole 7. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, and when I'm not cutting weight, I'm on like hole 4. Yikes! Just kidding. When I'm squatting heavy or when I'm doing heavy clean and jerks, I'm able to go a buckle tighter and it stays that tight. A Velcro belt, I feel like there's always this slight like readjustment when you're lifting. Like you always have to readjust the belt like a couple times to get it just tight enough. There's never this like promise of it being super tight. So I like the buckle belt because it stays that tight versus the Velcro belt just doesn't stay as tight throughout the lift as I would like it to. It can slip or it can even come apart, and I've seen it happen at weightlifting meets, and I would hate if the Velcro belt were to come off. So that's why I choose the buckle belt over the Velcro belt. Knee sleeves. These guys are gems. These are actually a new company, just took them over, and it's called Strong Supply. I love them because first of all, the flexibility of them are awesome. I like the material a lot because it's not an ace bandage. You know what an ace bandage is? It's very loose, it falls apart. I tried the hook grip ones, I wasn't a fan of them. They were literally like ace bandages, so they stretched out really quick. I like these because the flexibility of the material, it's a lot tighter around your knee. Knee sleeves or knee wraps, I choose knee wraps. I've used knee sleeves all my years in CrossFit, and I actually use knee sleeves for weightlifting, but I prefer knee wraps because like 3 reasons. Number 1, because when I'm lifting heavy, I can make these as tight as I want or as loose as I want. So if I'm not lifting too heavy and I want to give my legs blood flow, I wrap them looser. And if I'm lifting super heavy, like 2 rep max on a back squat, I wrap these suckers so tight that I have no blood flow. And I go and hit the lift, and then as soon as I'm done, I unwrap them. These sleeves always fall down when you sweat. They stink. These don't stink. These, when you get them sweaty, they don't fall down, they don't fall off you, so they stay on really tight. I would choose these knee wraps over any other knee sleeve or knee wrap that I have seen thus far. I know these guys, Oso Clips, these are the best clips. First of all, I had to practice my first open, CrossFit Open, if you don't know, how to unclip and clip a bar as fast as possible. That was what I was practicing when I was a CrossFitter, because I wasn't bad at the lift, I was bad at unclipping and reclipping. So these, I love these, and I wish they would have come out with these during CrossFit. I love these because it's easy. You can unclip, if you look at it, unclip, and then you could pull back even further to give a little bit more room in there to slide off the barbell pretty easy. And then you can reclip and then clip it. And there's a like rubber piece in here so they don't slip, and so it suction cups the bar so your weights stay on really well. When you drop the barbell, the clip doesn't bounce off like with those little metal clips we have at all the CrossFit gyms or even weightlifting gyms. Those are terrible. They start getting loose or they bend and they break. These, I have thrown these around. Weight has landed on them. don't treat them like they should be treated, but yet they still work perfectly. And I recommend this clip to anybody that weightlifts or that even CrossFits, because if you're sick and tired of that clip falling off and your weight falling off on one side's uneven and the other side's not, these are the clips you want, because these bad boys, they are genius clips. Oso, good job. The Nike Romaleo 3s, and then we have the Nike Romaleo 2s. Do I like the 3s or do I like the 2s better? They see them in my videos all the time. I don't really have a preference. If you're a really toey lifter and you fall forward a lot or tend to go on your toes a lot, I feel like this guy is a little more leaning forward versus this guy's a little more flat. I think also I like this for bunion comfort. I have a bunion on my foot, a little bump, and it's just a bone growth. It's weird, okay? So look it up if you don't know, it's a bunion. Anyways, when you look at these, both the shoe, the sole of the shoe, or the fabric of the shoe, these have a more loose fabric on the toe, so they're more bendable, more like that like CrossFitter type workout shoe or lifter shoe. You can box jump in these, you can vertical jump. I would do a Metcon in these for sure. I would not steer anybody away from them, from doing a Metcon. So actually, if you're a CrossFitter, these would probably be your best shoe to go with, because you're able to wear them for box jumps and you're able to wear them during any like Metcon with a box jump, a vertical jump, wall balls, rowing. I row in them. I do pretty much everything in them. If I were to choose a workout shoe for CrossFit and it's had to be a lifter, it'd be this shoe. Now, if you're just strictly lifting, like a weightlifter, I would choose this shoe. Why? Because the tight, snug fit. It's not really bendable in the toe, and I like that because I feel more sturdy in this shoe during lifting. I feel like it gives me more of a base of support, and it also connects better to the platform. I know it sounds weird, but that's what I think. Those are my little like quick few seconds on why I like these more than these, but I will lift in both. I don't think a weightlifting shoe makes a CrossFitter or makes a weightlifter. It's the weightlifter or the CrossFitter that makes themselves. All this material that I'm showing you, it doesn't make you a better weightlifter or CrossFitter. It can help you, but it won't make you the best. So when you're like buying stuff from these companies that are trying to promote and push you, just remember that it doesn't make you the best, but it helps with certain things. Wrist straps, really quick on these. I got these at Worlds from Onyx Straps. I really like these. I have used a lot of wrist straps and I feel like these are the best. They have two different materials. They have a really soft material on the inside, almost like suede, and then a grippy, more tacky on the outside, like leather. I like the length because you can wrap them really quickly and then pull them in nicely on the bar to keep the bar snug to your hand the whole time. I only use lifting straps when I'm clean deadlifting. Don't ever use them during snatching, so I couldn't give you a review on that. It's great because it's grippy, the length of the strap is nice, and I also like that there's two different materials to work with, so if you don't like one, you can work with the other. Everybody wants to know what this thing is. It's the Ironmind belt squat. The chain ones at the gym are terrible. They dig into your hips, they dig into your vagina, and they hurt like a mother trucker. So I like this one because there's no chain. The strap is actually connected to the thick padded material. And what happens when you put this on, it sits right at your hip. Instead of the chain sitting right here, the big thick padded belt is sitting right there, which is really nice when you're lifting. Let's say, I lift probably like what, 150 in the belt squat for sets of 10. When I'm up there lifting in this belt, there's not one bit of hurting pelvic area because the chain's digging into my hips or digging into my pelvic region. It's comfortable. numerous sets. The only thing I suggest is doing it in pants, because what can happen is it can rub these inner thighs and it'll make a little rash on them. If you want a strap that's less in length, you can tighten it with this little guy. Like, I tighten it for pull-ups so it's not swinging all over the place, but I loosen it up for belt squats so I can get it on easier instead of trying to weasel my way into it. Clip that you can put on the pin really easy. So here's the pin, here's the clip. Together, this whole entire thing cost $100. Worth it for me, because I do belt squats at least 3 times a week, and the comfort of it alone is worth the price for me. That's the reason I bought it. A lot easier because this pin slides metal plates on. So if you are a big boy and you lift a lot, or you're a big girl and you lift a lot, you probably need a longer pin. So I would look on like Rogue and stuff for a longer pin. This is the Ironmind pin, and I like it. It's big enough for me. I'm not going any dang heavier in those belt squats. If you want any other reviews, or if you want to hear my thoughts on different topics, please direct message me on Instagram for new ideas. Thanks guys for watching. This is Alyssa Ritchey, Bitty Strong. Get after it this week, sucker.